Hey everybody, please do not fast forward this. I know a lot of people fast forward intros, but please don't fast forward this one. I have a super big announcement. Kind of. No, I have a super big announcement. It's a really important announcement, not really big. It's very important. So I'm going to just run through all the normal stuff as usual, but I have a really big important announcement I need to make. So please stay tuned for that. Please just sit there for 5 seconds, okay? So first, our sponsors, as usual, our lovely patrons at patreon.com/IHateHorror, Charles Smith, Jessica Peters, Mike Mendencia, Twana Clark, Exploding Heads. Thank you all so much for your donations. We really appreciate it. Without you guys, we couldn't do what we do, which brings me to the big announcement. So normally we talk about, the shirts, which you can still buy, store.IHateHorror.com, and things like that. But everyone knows about Hurricane Harvey that happened down in Houston and the surrounding areas in Texas. So Joe and I, that last week we were just talking about it and just like, fuck, like, if we can't do anything with like the little success that we have, the little reach that we have, like if we can't do something with that to make somebody else's life better, then what the fuck is even the point of it? Like, right? Like why even do this shit? Like whatever. So, we started a donation drive, and it's really important to us. And, the response is amazing so far. So I'm just going to give you a little information about how this works. So I didn't want to, at first, we had a bunch of ideas, a t-shirt where the proceeds go to it, different things like that. But it all felt bad to me because, you lose so much money. You guys would pay $20 for a shirt and what, like $5 would go to the charity? Like that would blow. That would really suck. So what I did is I reached out to a few people, made some stuff happen. You might have seen my posts. I was looking for artists and stuff. So what we came up with, to make sure everyone got the most out of this, you, the fans, them, the people that need help, and us for like at least trying to do something. So what we're doing is it's IHateHurricanes.com. I'm so fucking clever. It hurts. IHateHurricanes.com. You can get all the information there. You can donate to any charity that's providing relief to Hurricane Harvey. Frankly, with what's coming up with maybe Irma soon, it seems like maybe go with the national ones more. I don't know. I don't even know. But right now, let's focus on Hurricane Harvey because they are in a bad shape, man, and they really need some help. So IHateHurricanes.com. If you go there, we actually have some links. I have links to charitynavigator.org and some of the charities that we actually chose that we support. So you can go there and take a look at those. But you can pick any charity you want and donate however you want, and you donate directly to them. So every dime that you are sending is going to them. Not only that, but then you don't have some creep handling your money. By creep, I guess I mean me, even though I would have definitely given the money away. But, like, that weighs on you when you, like, give money to a donation. You're like, who am I giving this money to? Like, what are they going to do with it? Now you know. You're giving it straight to the donation. You're giving it straight to the charity. So you have no question about where it's going, how much they're getting. It's 100%. Then you email me, Sean at IHateHurricanes.com. Send me your receipt, copy of it, a screenshot. I really don't care. Okay. I'm not like, this isn't, whatever. Send it over to me. We are doing a sticker pack that we are sending to everybody that donates $5 or more. If you donate $20 or more, you'll get the sticker pack and you get to do, like the Patreon picks. You get to pick 3 movies, and we'll choose one to do on the show, just like the Patreon picks. And we will do that if you donate $20 or more to a Hurricane Harvey, relief, charity. So that's at IHateHurricanes.com. You can get all the information over there. And we're just trying to help these guys out. We just want, the more, the better. The stickers are amazing. We got all these amazing artists, Carrie Lees, Jacob Dutcher, Sammy Morano, and Brandon Scott. thank you guys so much. That's only the first 4. We've probably got like 3 or 4 more artists that they keep coming in. They keep wanting to be involved. So for $5, you're probably going to get like 6 or 7 stickers in this pack. And again, you can look at the stickers on our site, IHateHurricanes.com. Our social media has them, stuff like that. And they're all inspired by Texas horror movies or horror movies filmed in Texas. I broadened it out a little bit, but yeah, it's amazing. We've got Leatherface right now. We've got Town That Dreaded Sundown. We got Sid Haig from Captain Spaulding. We got what's the other one? Oh my God, Manos Hands of Fate. Oh my God, I'm so happy. And yeah, you can find all their information at IHateHurricanes.com. Great artists. We got tattoo artists. We got people from the UK donating art. It's amazing. Comic book artists. It's so cool. And I want to give a shout out to everyone that's donated already. Bryant Your City, Ashley Moody, Ryan Marlowe, Armando Moran, Jacob Dutcher, and Stephen Taylor. Right now, man, you guys are fucking awesome. Thank you guys so much. We've raised so much money already. So thank you. It means the world, man. Like, I'm so glad we can do something positive for somebody else. So thank you all so much. That's my big thing. Now, if you want to drop a few bucks on a couple guys that have totally fine, like totally not in trouble, store.IHateHorror.com. I have to edit that out. I can't be fucking hawking shirts on this. Anyway, guys, next up, Plan 9 from Outer Space. Super pumped for this one. This was a fun episode. So I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, enjoy this episode. Plan 9. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Horror Show, a show that dissects, mutilates, dismembers, and butchers all of your favorite and not so favorite horror movies and other horror-related events. Greeting, my friends. We are all interested in the future, for that is where you and I are going to spend the rest of our lives. I'm Sean.
I'm Joe.
I'm Crystal. Was that your tour?
That's my Captain Ron.
Me and Joe were just talking about Captain Ron for some reason. Is that what Captain Ron sounded like?
I don't know.
Captain Ron. For some reason when I was a kid, I really wanted to see that movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Martin Short.
Yeah.
Russell.
Yeah. That is Kurt Russell that plays Captain Ron. That's what I thought. That's probably why I wanted to see it, because I was like, oh, Captain Ron looks so cool. It's probably so adult, though.
It's got to be a record for most derailed, like the soonest we've ever been off topic.
If you couldn't tell, that was my Criswell.
Your what?
The great Criswell. Criswell impression. He's a not very legendary psychic that Ed Wood put in his film, Plan 9 from Outer Space.
As the narrator.
Which we are doing today.
And also you get to see him.
A lot. For a narrator. For a narrator, he got a lot of screen time. Yeah. So Plan 9 from Outer Space, probably one that we people would probably assume we did right off the bat, forgetting that we actually talked about some like decent movies when we first started. Or did we? I don't know.
I think we did.
Yeah, I think we started.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had some good ones recently.
Yeah.
Not recently. A year.
No, we just did Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, which is awesome. Honestly, I'm a fan of Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Dude, this honestly, if you think this is the worst movie ever made, like, get a fucking grip.
Yeah.
Pull it together. Yeah. We've seen so much worse, so much more boring. A Taxi Student said if Ed Wood, like, had just a bigger budget and studio backing, this could have been a good, like, fun movie.
I wanted to save it till the end, but, like, what is the difference between, honestly, to me, what is the difference between this and, like, A House on Haunted Hill? Like, original. Like, not a lot, besides the budget. Like,
the budget, I mean, the fact that he's using Bela Lugosi clips from another movie.
That's part of the budget problem. And a dead guy. And a guy that died in the movie. But, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's not bad.
So I did zero research, like I should have. And
you know
what? Care. But my question is, this movie is about like a government covering up fucking aliens and UFOs.
Yeah.
Did anybody ever do that before him?
Not like the cover-up aspect. I don't think.
No, because there was flying saucers.
Because there was flying saucers.
But this is like straight up government is hiding shit.
Yeah. What was that? Day the Earth Stood Still kind of had a similar vibe where it was like the aliens are here to teach us a lesson. The aliens are here to be like, you motherfucker, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, but this one has like a guy straight up that's like, hey, you didn't see any flying saucers. And the guy's like, yeah, I did. And the guy's like, you're not supposed to talk about that.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, well, I saw it.
The aliens are like, why are you pretending we don't fucking exist? Dude, the aliens are...
This movie's awesome, actually.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree. Like, the aliens are like, this is like a beef. Like, this is like an online beef. Like... I know you fucking saw my tweets, you motherfucker. I saw the read receipt, you piece of shit. You read my shit. Fucking answer us. We came here to help, and now you're pissing us off.
Yeah.
You disrespect us, and now we're gonna whoop your ass. And we're gonna drag you outside. We're gonna whoop your ass. There's a few elements in this that like are genuinely really great.
Yeah, I think Ed Wood, he's a terrible director, but he has
artist. Like,
he has fine ideas.
Dude, fine ideas. And he just wanted to make fucking movies.
And he did. Yeah.
And good for him.
Listen, we both watched that incredibly mixed up piece of shit. Thought I Was Zombies.
Yes.
No different. That movie's way more unwatchable.
Okay, I shouldn't have compared it to House on Haunted Hill, but I will compare it to any 50s sci-fi movie and be like, what's the difference besides these pilots were like holding dishes for fucking handles?
Didn't one of the cockpits have like lounge chairs? Just like living room.
They use I did do a little research on the movie, but to me, there was no way we were going to get through an Ed Wood episode without somebody correcting us or without, just misstating something or missing something. So, like, I did enough research, but, like, listen, we're not Ed Wood experts. We've seen Ed Wood. I'm sure we've read about him, like, a million times, but just forgot about it. Because he's, like, one of those guys that you just go to on Wikipedia and you're like, fuck, remember that fucking weirdo Ed Wood? Let's go look at the weird shit he did again.
No, I mean, you're right. He's fascinating. We're not going to sit here and pick apart his career or anything.
No.
Or even this movie, because you can honestly read about this movie for days.
Yeah. There's a million great facts on it. Like everything about it is insane. Now, did you know there was a title called Z movies? Which are
like the worst of the worst.
Lower budget than B movies. Yeah. It is Creeping Terror, Plan 9 from Outer Space, and of course, Manos, Hands of Fate are the most notable ones.
Why have we not done Manos?
I don't know. I mean, it's probably the same reason we haven't done Plan 9. It's just like one of those things you just wait for, not the right time, but it just like happens. Like this just happened. Like, again, like this would, if you were like, there's a show that does really bad horror movies, everyone would be like, oh, what episode's Plan 9? Like, not that they would want to hear it, but like you would just assume we'd done it. But it's like so on the nose.
Had you seen Plan 9 before?
Yeah, I saw it before. So the first time I saw Ed Wood, I was really young. Like it was like right when it came out. And I watched it after. And I mean, I don't know if I hated it. I don't even know if I felt anything like other than like, this is funny because I just watched them make this. And I haven't seen either of those movies in a very long time. I was like really young. So it was like, I remembered some of it, but like really never through the vision of like Ed Wood made this.
I've seen this a couple times, and like I'm honestly, it's like Stockholm syndrome because I'm just starting to be like, this is fucking fine. This is fine,
dude. I don't even know how to say it. It's a good fucking movie. Like I don't.
Well,
no, dude, it is because like okay, I mean we'll get to it, but like the message at the end of the movie. The message that the Martians...
Yes. So it's not a good movie, but the plot points are fucking phenomenal. Like if somebody took everything that he was trying to convey and made it
a good movie. You're right. Okay, so you're right. Tor Johnson not being able to get out of the grave. And it's left in the movie.
I know.
Like it's mind blowing. It's fucking mind blowing. Because it's so obviously he's struggling. It's so insane. But
George the Animal Steel, is that the most perfect casting?
So
of all time?
good. I mean, that whole movie is cast like I watched side by side clips of Plan 9 to Ed Wood. Like they took every shot where they had Plan 9. Dude, Burton made that, right?
Burton. It's my favorite Burton movie.
I mean, you could argue he's a genius for a lot of reasons because he is. But
Burton?
Yeah.
I would never argue.
I mean, dude, look what he's done, though.
I mean, fucking asshole.
Oh, you don't like him?
I hate Tim Burton.
Okay. Well, anyway, people would argue that he's a genius because he makes a lot of movies that make a lot of money. But Ed Wood, like, you have to be a genius to do this. Dude, they are sunk up perfectly almost. Dude, the talking, the dialogue is on, like, if you play them side by side, even in the movie, like from Ed Wood, they'll like cut to like Johnny Depp, like directing, obviously, and then cut back to the movie and it's still in sync, like without cutting.
Oh yeah, Ed Wood is a masterpiece.
Dude, it's amazing. It's incredible. But it's really funny to watch like Tor and George the Animal side by side. It's like so perfect.
Yes.
So is the girl that plays Vampira.
Lisa Marie.
Oh, is that who plays her?
Isn't it?
Oh my God. I think you're right. Because I remember being like, Lisa Marie's in this.
And Martin Landau plays Bella.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, which was great too. Everyone in that is phenomenal though. But yeah, it's really crazy. It's really fucking crazy how they cast that movie. It's really crazy how they cast Plan 9 from Outer Space, honestly. Because it's fucking bananas. Tor Johnson, how the fuck is that guy acting? And I'm using that term very loosely. Dude, he's using like.
Have you seen The Beast of Yucca Flats?
No, I've seen.
I own it. If you want to watch it.
I don't think I do, but I have seen Bride of the Monster.
Okay,
which I again like I don't know why I'm surprised that I like this because I like Bride of the Monster.
Tor Johnson's
equally stupid.
A treasure.
Ed Wood is a genius. Second only to.
I mean, it's so fascinating that like. He was able to make movies. He never secured a permit to film. So they would literally just like run like a flash mob and just like shoot things.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he honestly, like you kind of can look at him like Lloyd Kaufman in a way, like proto Lloyd Kaufman. Like,
sure. I agree.
Like he was just like, I want to make these fucking movies and fuck it.
Yeah.
Like,
and he made Glenn or Glenda,
yeah,
which was like very pro like cross dressing, transvestite thing. At a time like there was nobody doing that shit.
No.
He's fucking. I'm a huge Ed Wood mark now.
Yeah, it's crazy what he did, and I mean I think he would cross dressed a lot, and like
he did.
He had a character like
and he would do it until his like death.
Yeah,
just like leave the house. Then
he had a heart attack in his room, and his wife thought he was just being an asshole.
Jesus.
Did you read that?
No.
I mean, they became drunk. It's sad. He lost like all of his money, and then he became a drunk. And he went into his bedroom and was like, "Get me a drink." And she was like, "Fuck you." So she just sat there, and he was like,
"That's right." He's like, "I can't breathe."
And she was like, "Fuck you." And then he was fucking dead. Fucking depressing.
Yeah.
Really brought the show down. Well, God bless you, Ed Wood. Pour a 40 for Big Ed. Man, we should do something for honoring Ed Wood for the show, like name an award after him, or like do a shirt for him or something.
Yeah. A shirt for him?
I don't know. Ed Wood's just fucking cool. Ed Wood would have come on the horror show.
He would have paid us to be on the show.
Not to bring up fucking people that negative review us again, but we get a lot of comments from people that are like, you guys just don't appreciate like low budget stuff. You guys like mainstream horror. Like one guy said that, remember? He was like, he like accused us of like being like only mainstream horror.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so far from the truth. Like the only things we've liked are the biggest pieces of shit that we've ever put on the show. Like, dude, I'm in love with this movie. Like I am straight up in love with this movie.
I agree.
All right. So enough sucking Ed Wood's
his automatonic dick.
Automatonic dead dick. And get on with the fucking show. So we open up with Criswell Predicts, which
have some respect. It's the amazing Criswell.
The amazing Criswell predicts. And it's a weird beginning, and it's kind of interesting. Just the fact that he's saying it that it's real, right?
Yes.
But he's also saying it's the future.
Yes.
And we all live in the future, which is true.
That is true. Greeting, future events such as these will affect you in the future. He's another guy that says the same word.
Yeah. And he's like kind of like talking about it like it's a court trial.
Yeah.
Like he's like the events. Like, I don't even know. It's really weird. And he also turns out to be our narrator, which I don't know. And then at the end, he's like, well, that was that. And that was the future. So get ready. It was weird. And he's like, can your heart stand the shocking fact of grave robbers from outer space?
I like it.
I like it too, but it definitely doesn't need a guy at the beginning being like, get ready from this tale from the future.
No,
it's about grave robbers from outer space that were easily thwarted.
You know, I know we're going to go through and dissect everything like we usually do, but something that I also like about this movie is like it makes an attempt to explain itself to you. Like, why is it called Plan 9? There's a scene where the alien's like, well, Plan 8 has to do with this. Plan 9 is this. And you're like, oh, okay. Like that's more than what half the movies we watch.
And the original movie was, I think the original title was going to be Grave Robbers from Outer Space. And then Ed Wood was like, let's change it to Plan 9. I love it. Good call, man. Good fucking call. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. I could just talk about this movie a lot. I feel like it was just so much that was done right. What was done wrong though?
Nobody's ever said that about me.
What's done wrong though is well, first we see a funeral. And Criswell is kind of explaining it. Criswell talks so much and says so little. Again, a very similar thing in Contamination. People talked forever, and ultimately it was like one sentence, and you're like, oh. Yeah. And they ended it with that. And you're like, you could have just said that, man. Like, that's a lot of filler. Like, so we come to we're at a funeral. Criswell's given this insane monologue. And he says, it's when the grave diggers started their task, when things started to get strange. And we see these two guys that are digging the grave for this woman, the wife of Bela Lugosi, as we find out. And then, do they get attacked there in that scene? Yeah, they get attacked. Oh no, two pilots are first, and then it cuts to the pilot.
You see Jeff Trent.
Yeah, this movie, again, like, I know, like, we're just gonna suck it sick, but like, we've seen so many bad movies where it just lingers on a scene. Ed Wood was like cutting, like the editing isn't like bad. Like he went from the gravediggers to like the pilots, right? Like it was cut up, so it makes it like enjoyable. Like the ones that we watch, it's like sick. It's like the same room for like an hour and a half, and you're like, dude, like no one's gonna move. Like there's no cuts. Like it's impossible.
So we're set up with the grave, and then we see the pilot. And
Two pilots who are sitting in chairs
Yes.
with like, what was that even? It was like two by fours in their lap that were supposed to be wheels.
Right. But they're flying their planes.
Yep.
Their plane, sorry. And there's a huge bright light and a loud sound. Mm-hmm. And then they look outside and they see the flying saucer.
Yes, the UFO appears, and then the plane shakes, but the plane doesn't shake. Just two guys in chairs just start falling all over the place, like as if they were doing improv on a stage. Like that's exactly what they were doing.
100% what they're doing.
The UFO lands. Oh, scares the grave diggers.
And this is where they're killed.
Yeah.
Well, the pilots follow the saucer, and then don't they? They follow it.
I don't know, man. That was weird. There's okay, so maybe it's not the best movie because it kind of made no sense.
No, of course. See, you're not like following the fine line,
right?
Trying to like, it's not good. But it's not the worst, and it's charming, and I like it.
Yeah, I got you now. I'm with you now. Because as I'm reading my notes, I'm like, none of this makes sense. So the UFO lands. The noise scares the grave diggers. And then Vampira pops out of nowhere. And we don't see it, but I guess she kills him because you just hear him scream.
Yeah, she definitely kills him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she definitely kills him. But like, we don't know.
No.
Her waist
is so skinny.
It's the smallest thing I've ever seen. It's actually made me a little bit sick.
Yeah.
Like, it's so unhealthy, whatever she was doing. I think it was just a corset.
Because, like, her shoulders and width is, like, all normal, and then it's...
Dude, it's like... Hourglass. It's honestly like a can of Coke.
Yeah.
It's scary. It's fucking scary. And it's also crazy because Lisa Marie is pretty close to that in the fucking movie. So it's like, I don't know. It must be like a corset of some type, or I don't know. I don't even know what a corset is. No, and probably damaging to the body.
Terrible for you.
She was supposed to have lines, Vampira, and she read the script and was like, I'm not reading any of this. She said it was so bad. So they just took them out. I just love it. Like, the stories about Ed Wood too. I don't know if that helps make the movie better. No, because I liked it before I read the stories, but they definitely they don't hurt the movie. Like, to find shit out like
they're
that.
Just like pieces of the puzzle.
Exactly. Like, finding that out just makes you love it a little bit more. Like, the fact that like an actress was like, I'm not reading your shitty dialogue, and he was like, all right, we'll just cut it out. No big deal. I can work with that. Like that's his masterpiece. And he said this is his favorite movie he ever did.
I mean, I get it. Like, honestly, I'd probably do the same thing. Like, if I was making a movie right now and I got somebody who was somewhat well known and they were like, I'm not doing any of that, I'd be like, okay, well, thanks for being
better than me. I mean, thanks for doing this. You know you're not getting paid, right? Yeah, man. So we go back to Bela Lugosi, who's coming out of his house.
Slow as moving. So sad.
It's a man like on the verge of death, like literally.
Well, he dies during this movie.
Yeah. Like literally a man dying. Like, we're all dying, but he's.
Oh no, this guy's close.
Yeah. And do you know people were pissed at Ed Wood for like putting Lugosi's name and shit on the movie and thinking they were like exploiting his death?
Really?
Yeah, and Ed Wood was like, we were friends. And he was in the movie.
Yeah. And he was also in another Ed Wood movie, wasn't he?
Yeah. And they actually became like real tight at the end of Lugosi's life. But like, I don't know. People had a hard on for Ed Wood, like, to fuck with him.
Well.
We just wanted him to stop making shitty movies. We kept offering him money. So we introduced to...
Well, Bela Lugosi's he's at his house.
Yeah, he's mourning the death of his wife.
Sad sacking around.
But not for long.
Because he steps in front of a car.
One of the most bizarre things of all time. And the narrator tells us that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't do it on the screen, obviously.
Yeah, he just...
film that.
He literally walks off the screen and you just hear like... And you're not even entirely clear that's what happens. And Criswell, you just hear him go, the old man left that home never to return again. So he's just dead. And we're back at the funeral home. And that's where they actually reveal Vampira is the wife. Right?
Yeah.
Because I think they're like, his wife was also there.
She's just creeping
In the same spot. Well, I want to say she's in the same spot every time, but they just use the same clip over and over again.
which they do often.
Dude, the clip of Lugosi walking with the cape on, that's from another movie.
It's like Dracula. He's playing Dracula.
Dude, it's from another Ed Wood movie.
I know.
Where he played Dracula. That's the funniest thing of all time. Dude, they played that clip like 6 times.
I know. There's so many times he's just doing the same thing.
Walking
Or
out
when he's talking about, walking with the cape
around his face.
Or when they're talking about like the war, and there's just some guy who's clearly being filmed, and there's just stock footage of like soldiers. Did you notice that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And that was one of his big moves, too, was always using like stock footage of like military stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. And
It's awesome.
Lugosi was also, I think they used a body double for a bunch of Lugosi's scenes.
Yeah.
They used a different guy that
did.
dressed as it. So before everyone is like, that scene wasn't Lugosi. I don't care who.
There's also scenes where it's nighttime, but like a second later, it's the middle of the day.
So insane. So they bury him, and then 2 of the funeral guests find the bodies of the grave diggers, and they just kind of yell.
Hey, what are those guys doing?
These guys are taking a nap. And they call the cops.
But then here comes the man, Inspector Daniel Clay.
It's Daniel Clay, played by Tor. Oh, I just got the chills. Tor Johnson, who can barely speak English. Like.
Him being a police officer is so funny.
Him being a man named Daniel Clay is so fucking insane. Most American, red-blooded American name, Dan Clay.
And he just he shows up with other police officers and then like decides to go rogue immediately.
As soon as he walks in, he's like, "The medical examiner been around yet?" What the fuck? And he says, "Look around, I will."
He's just Yoda.
Yeah. It's like, Edward, like, are you fucking serious? And it really does make you laugh. Like, I'm going to probably revisit Ed Wood like this weekend, actually.
I was thinking the same.
Because it's so funny. When I watched the clips side by side, and they did this scene with Georgie Animal Steel, and it just... Honestly, Johnny Depp, I'm not like the biggest fan of, but he is so funny as Ed Wood because they like cut to him as he's doing it. And he's like, and like there's just 2 guys behind him, like looking at each other, like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, is this fucking really happening? And Johnny Depp just has the biggest smile on his face, like he's watching a masterpiece being made.
I remember in that movie, like Ed Wood's portrayed as such like he's like the happiest human being.
Dude, he's like so happy like that this movie's being made. And like, I just hope that that's the case. Yeah. Like, I really hope that that's the case. It's like, I mean, it had to have been, because otherwise you would have been like, you know what? Let's just scrap this. If you even thought for a minute like a normal person, you'd be like, no. But yeah, he saw something in this. So Tor Johnson's looking around. The UFOs are back, just kind of like floating around town. And UFOs, we should say, are 100% toys on a string, right?
Yes. Of course they are.
But again, like, it's not even terrible. Like,
no.
All right, compared to other 50s movies, like
the Flying Saucer is actually fine. Yeah.
And I think in Ed Wood, the movie, like the Tim Burton film, they kind of like bounce it around a little bit more. That makes it look very much like it's on a string. But in this, it's very like smooth. Like, it's not as bad as you would think. I mean, you know what it is.
Yeah.
But that's because it's a 50s fucking sci-fi movie.
I don't know. I'm a sucker for like flying saucer UFOs. Like, why would a UFO look like that?
Oh, yeah. No, I am too. That's the dumbest. I also love that the flying saucer in this movie has exhaust. Yeah. An advanced race, but it has exhaust that knocks people over. That was like my favorite bit. And I also love that the aliens talk like humans. Dude, they call humans idiots.
I was just going to say, the aliens aren't aliens at all. They're just us.
They're humans. They're like military. He's like, I'm in the military too.
There's a line in this movie where he's like, fuck, I have it written down somewhere. But for I won't waste time. He's like, hey, meet me back here in like 3 human hours or like Earth hours. I'm like, what? That's like smart.
He drops that a lot. There's a few scenes of that where he's like, what you humans call like whatever.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good.
I like that.
For what it is, like, again, for like being as low budget as it is, it's thought out. Like, I don't know, man. What did you think about like the dialogue delivery and stuff?
Oh, it's abysmal.
Oh, you thought it was bad? I didn't even think it was that bad.
Dude.
Yeah.
That guy who went on, what's his name? Gregory Wolcott.
Yes. Oh,
he went on to be fine.
Yeah.
Have a fine career. He's terrible.
Yeah. I did not like him. Okay. I thought he was the worst one.
Well, I mean, Thor was not good.
I mean, Thor, you know what you're getting.
Bella and the vampire don't talk.
Bella's...
So, I don't really know if the case to be made about the dialogue is.
I guess I suppose you're right. I suppose you are right. Another funeral scene with Vampira watching the funeral from not that far away. It's like the same thing over and over. Another UFO sighting. Now there's 3 UFOs. Or the Earth now, like the people on Earth are now like shooting rockets at them. They're shooting missiles and shit.
The military is.
Yeah. Like, not the people aren't exiting their homes with rocket launchers.
That'd be awesome.
RPGs. I mean, it's fair. And then they disappear.
Oh, Clay got killed.
Clay got killed
by Vampira.
And
now he's a zombie. Zombie Tor is the best looking thing.
It's not bad.
So, he looks like a zombie. I'm not even sure he's in makeup.
I think he might literally be a corpse. We go to an alien planet, which at this point I was like, even though I'm seeing flying saucers, I'm just way more focused on like the zombies walking around, which is like another like amazing scene. Okay, so we cut to an alien planet, and I was like, oh right, flying saucers. Like I forgot that there's an alien element to this. Like, and then I was like, wait a minute, why are there aliens and zombies? I fucking love this idea. And the aliens, I mean, they talk forever. But it's whatever. And this is the scene where they're like, we're going to try plan 9. Or like the guy's like, well, we're trying to like get to the Earth. We're trying to get through to these Earthlings, but they're not fucking listening to us. The fucking governments are just being assholes. They're pretending we don't exist. What do we need to do to get their attention? And he's like, well, I've launched plan 9. And he's like, what's plan 9? And he's like, we resurrect their dead.
Yes.
And that'll get their fucking attention. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking genius.
That's what I was saying before. Like, he explains things, which is so much more than a lot of movies we've watched done.
And then later, we get to a scene where they're like, we don't, like, they're still not fucking listening to us, even though we're flying over all their towns. What can we do? And he like, one of the aliens is like, we'll use this and he talks in like sci-fi gibberish, but you hear like disintegration and like stuff like that. And he's like, and let's see if that catches their attention. And sure enough, they make the zombies like approach the humans, and then they disintegrate them in front of them. So that way the people are like, wait, what did I just fucking see?
Yeah.
I thought I just saw a dead guy, but now it's just a skeleton down here. Like, honestly, I was like, they're just trolling humans. To finally be like they're like, hey, motherfuckers, like,
pay attention.
Wake the fuck up. Yeah. It's so fucking good. Like, just fucking with them and causing chaos on Earth.
Yeah.
So they can come in and be like, get our attention and like, dude, I love it. I thought it was fucking genius.
Also, the actor who plays like the alien leader is named Dudley Manlove. It's like my favorite name of all time.
Do you think that's why Bill Murray played him in the movie?
Bill Murray played Breckenridge.
Oh, wait.
Oh yeah, he's the ruler.
Yeah.
Dudley Manlove is the commander.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. I gotcha. Yeah, wouldn't that like if you're like, I was just thinking about it. Like, I forgot Bill Murray was in it, and I was like, dude, if I ever got offered a part to play, like, hey, can you play this asshole in an Ed Wood movie? Like, you're gonna recreate it? I'd be like, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, it's so awesome. It's so fucking cool.
Again, there's like the newspaper headlines. It's like, hey, there's flying saucers over Hollywood, over LA, over Washington, D.C. And I really liked the military people, like I talked about before, being like, you didn't see anything when you were flying that ship. And the guy's like, but I did. And the guy's like, well, I can arrest you right now because you're sworn to secrecy and you just admitted it.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I liked it, man. It's deep for a B movie, man. Like, fuck.
And at that time, like, how many people were doing that whole government covering up aliens?
I don't think a lot. If any. I mean,
probably just get wait for the feedback.
I know. The Day They Stood Still, I think, is credited as the first movie for aliens to come to Earth and be like, you guys are assholes, and I'm here to put a stop to it because we've been watching you, and you'll act like a bunch of fucking morons. So now I'm going to come down here, whoop your ass, and that's going to be the end of it. I think that movie's credited as the first one to do that. So I don't.
I hope that everything you just said is in the description of the first movie to.
And I'm just, my point though is like, if that's the first one, that was 51 or 52 or something like that. So it couldn't, there wasn't that many movies in between. Like, you know what I mean? Like they were just starting to tap into aliens.
And Roswell was 47.
Roswell was 47?
Yeah.
And were people talking about it as like an alien?
That's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, like immediately.
Oh. That's crazy. But they didn't think it was a government cover up.
They might have. But I'm saying, I feel like they did. But like how many movies were exploiting that? Yeah. At a time when at a time when you're like afraid of your government.
Yeah. That's what I was just about to say. Like you'd be like, oh my God, if we do that, they'll kill us.
Exactly.
They'll do what they did to the alien.
Yeah. Exactly.
Blow up his ship. Wow. That's interesting. Let's do a different podcast.
Just on Roswell?
Yeah. Well, that would end pretty quick. Yeah, so we meet the military guys, and they finally get a message from the aliens. They finally play this alien tape, and the aliens are the aliens call them stupid.
Well, I'm sorry. Just to go back to the government guy being like, he didn't see shit. He also reveals that this has been happening for a while.
Yeah.
Like there's been other instances.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he points that out, and then they go and listen to this message. The alien says so many funny stuff. Like, it's just like, you may refer to this action as criminal. And they're like, on this message, they're like, we're not here to cause any problems. We just want to talk to you guys. And the military guys are like, aliens. Aliens always be lying. And then he sends one of the military guys to Hollywood. He's like, ever been to Hollywood? No. Well, an alien knocked somebody over, so you're going over there. Yeah. So the aliens, back to the aliens on their ship, they're talking about raising the dead and how great it is, which is really funny. And then this is when they make the plan to disintegrate them. And sure enough, they send the aliens back to the house. Or no, they don't send the aliens. They send the corpses back to the house. Was it Tor? No, Tor doesn't get disintegrated.
No.
Oh, it's Lugosi.
Yeah.
Lugosi shows up to the house, just straight up like creeps up on him, walks up to him. They start shooting him, and then he just disappears.
Yes.
Bag of cloth on the ground. They flip it over, and it's just a skeleton inside. And they're like, what the fuck was that? And like their minds are blown. And like, I'm like, at that point, I'm just like, this is the best movie I've ever seen. That is the best idea. Dude, if you could fuck with people, that is like the greatest way to fuck with somebody I've ever heard. We're going to raise your dead, and then we're going to scare the shit out of you, first of all, because you're going to see a dead guy. And then we're just going to make them disappear and turn to pile bones.
Yeah.
Like, that is literally unexplainable. Unless they were in contamination, and then the woman would be like, I bet you.
Yes, you would know right
There's
away.
aliens with a gun, a disintegration ray.
I just keep thinking of Tor's face and how he did not close his mouth for the once he turned into a zombie.
Ever.
His mouth never closed.
I also read if you look at his scars on his face, they just move around the entire movie. Like they never were in the same spot. The makeup was never, there was no continuity on the makeup.
Disgusting.
The makeup continuity was never correct. It just, fuck, I would do anything to like go back and just be on set with Ed Wood. Wouldn't you? Like, cause
well, there's no set, but
they were on a soundstage for a lot of this.
That's awesome.
They were like that. The grave scenes were on a soundstage. But they were also filmed in cemeteries. So I don't know. But like, could you just imagine, like, I'm sure like somebody was like, hey, like, I'm pretty sure the scar was on the other side of his face. And he's probably like, Whatever you think. And they were like, all right, so I guess I'll go with what you told me, the fucking director. Yeah, man. And again, like, we didn't take like crazy notes on this because it's just what it is. Like, you can't tear this movie apart. You can only build it up. Only one way to go with this bad boy, and it's up. So I'm trying to think about the best way without like going like too into the details. So Lugosi's a skeleton. The cops go to the cemetery now. Still a little bit of misogyny here. Like they bring the couple. The cops bring the couple to the cemetery. The pilot and his wife. And they're like, all right, lady, you stay back. She's like, I'm not staying back. The cop's like, modern women. And then one guy's like, huh, you're telling me they're all like this now. It's so crazy. Like, what a picture into like
the 50s.
Yeah, like it's just bizarre. And then to think that Italy in the 80s was writing the same exact thing. I mean, maybe some places in America were too. Probably were.
They definitely.
Yeah, they definitely were. Yeah, and the aliens are like, so the cops are walking around the graveyard now. The aliens have like set up their base in the graveyard, which is so funny to think about. Like, the aliens are like, we're just gonna hang out in the graveyard, resurrect dead people, and just fuck with people. Tor's just like kind of walking around.
Kind of.
Definitely. He's just walking
bubbling around.
Dude, just bubbling around. He like slaps the cop's shoulders. That cop's dead. He goes after the lady who they left behind. And he just gets her out of the car. We'll find out what happens to him later. But the cops find the alien ship, and the aliens are okay with it. The aliens are like, let them find it.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, what the fuck's going on here?
Like, that's what they wanted. Wasn't that like Tor's job to like get people?
I mean, again, similar to Contamination. End goal, not entirely sure. I know they wanted us to stop using weapons, but then they're like, what was the purpose of all this besides just scaring the shit out of people and trolling us? Like,
right.
What was the end game of all? Like, then be like, oh, hey, now that we've scared you all.
Yeah, because Trent comes with the police.
Yes. Is Trent the name of the pilot?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good for you for knowing that. I did not know anybody's name in this.
Yeah, him and the alien. Is it Dudley Manlove?
Yeah, I don't know which one Dudley Manlove. But the aliens want to murder him. Like, the aliens are like, we're going to murder these guys because they know about us, so they got to be gone.
Right, because Trent comes and the alien's just like, yeah, you can come in.
Yeah. And the plan is to murder them. Like, he says that to his alien assistant lady.
Yeah.
Who's like, oh, I don't know if we should do this. And he's like, well, we're just going to kill him because fuck it.
And then he gives his speech about how, like, because they all have guns.
There's a big confrontation. The humans pull out guns immediately, of course. And I mean that not like, of course, humans with their guns, but like fucking aliens. Pull out your fucking gun.
But he's like, guns will eventually lead to the discovery of solaranite.
Which is a solar, dude, honestly, I love this scene. I think what the message of this scene is fucking amazing. I think it's so fucking good. So first of all, he says, all you of Earth are idiots. And Trent is like, why I oughta. Trent gets so fucking fired up about like shit pissing on Earth. He's like, you son of a bitch. You called us an idiot. He's like every guy we went to college with. Like, but drunk. But Trent's sober from what I can tell. So like, you son of a bitch. And like wants to fight the guy's like, oh, see what I mean? Y'all just result to violence. And he goes on this speech. And the speech is like really cool because he's like shitting on him. And he's like, first you started with firecrackers. Then you went to grenades. Then you split the fucking atom and you started dropping that on people. And he's like, then you started exploding the air when you made the hydrogen bomb. Like you were exploding air. And he's like, your juvenile brains cannot comprehend the destruction that you make. And he even said earlier in a scene where he's talking about you make weapons that are faster than you can think.
Yes.
And I was like, what?
Yes.
Is Edward a genius?
And the next step is to explode sunlight molecules,
yes,
which will explode the universe.
Which, dude, yes. So he explains, he's like, I know for a fact your scientists are working on a solar bomb, which is exploding the atoms of the sunlight.
Yes.
Which I don't know if that's an accurate scientific thing or not, but solar molecules. And one guy's like, but you can't see solar molecules. And the guy's like, well, you can't see, like, the alien's like, you can't see the atom.
You can't see molecules.
Yeah, fucking idiot. What are you doing? Fucking Trent is a real stupid asshole. I think like every time Trent tries to fight, it's like in the middle of an explanation, and like the army guy's like, "Can you let him talk?" Like that like literally happens like twice. Like the army guy's like, "All right, let's let him finish the fucking story," and Trent's like, "Let's just fucking kill him." But then he does this like real big analogy of like the solar bomb. And he's like, imagine like the sun's the can of gas, and it leaves a trail of gas to Earth, being the sunlight, the sun rays, and the sun molecules. And if you explode them, it travels up those atoms and molecules back to the sun, exploding the entire universe. Yes. I love it, dude. Dude, you can work with that.
I agree.
In a sci-fi movie.
I 100% agree.
That's fine. That's no different than sending a bunch of miners to an asteroid to drill into the center of it and put a bomb in it and blow it up so it doesn't hit Earth. Right? Yeah. Like, that's no more ludicrous. Fuck you, Bruce Willis. Stupid idiot. Tore my heart out. So the aliens drop that knowledge on him, and I think it's awesome. Yeah.
And now he wants to kill all the humans.
He does want to kill all the humans.
He thinks they're too stupid to be saved.
Right. But one thing they can all agree on is the role of women in their universes, which is because the alien's like, in my land, women are just for advancing the race, not for fighting man's battles.
Jesus.
Like, I wish they were like, you know what? That's it. Drop your weapons, everybody. We all agree. But no, that's not the case. Yeah, he wants to kill all the humans. Then somewhere outside, like, Clay and Vampira are just kind of like, I want to say milling around, but it's hard to say that when it's just the same clips. They just keep looping. So it's really hard to say.
Dude, watching Clay move and just watching Vampira from behind a bush is like the best.
The Vampira from the bush makes me laugh so hard. He played it so many times. It's really weird. And like they cut to these scenes and then they cut back to the alien spaceship and the alien's just like leaning on the wall, looking out the window, still talking. And it appears as though like he's been talking for like 17 hours. It's so funny. And he's watching Tor just standing there. And behind Tor are two cops, the two cops that he like, I guess hit. And they get up and they're like, they pull out their guns. And they're like, don't shoot him. Doesn't work. It's like, all right, I'm going to hit him on the head with a stick. He's like, all right. And that works. It knocks him over. And they free the lady who's like, go save the others. I'd be like, please save me. That monster was just holding on to me. And I don't want a dead man to pick me up again. Yeah, so the cops run to the spacecraft. They're going to save everybody inside. I honestly was kind of like hoping for like a resolution with the aliens and stuff, but the humans are just like, nah, fuck it. Fuck you, stupid fucking alien. Yeah. And they just fucking tear the shit up. They just blow up the fucking spacecraft.
Yes.
They light it on fire. And they're like, this thing's on fire. We got to get out of here. And then they leave.
And the saucer like flies away while it's burning.
On fire. It's so awesome. It's so funny looking. It's so perfect. One of the cops yells, get out of here, Jeff. The ship's on fire.
It explodes. And then the like Tor and them, they turn to like dust.
Which is funny because like all of a sudden they know too. They're like,
also the aliens are clearly the heroes in this movie. And then they die and
gruesome death.
And then it just ends.
And it's crazy because like even when they're first approached by the humans, like they're like, we're gonna fucking shoot you. And the alien's like, well, yeah, it'll kill me. Like, I will die from bullets, but like, that's kind of why I'm here. Like, I'm kind of here to talk about that. And then still in the end, they're like, fuck you. We're gonna burn you alive. And that's what they do. And the cops, after they get out, they're like, I wonder if that's the last we saw of him. And the other one goes, sooner or later, there will be others. And they go, hey, have they caught that other woman yet? And one guy like shoots up and is like, that's right, there's another ghoul running around. And then the other guy's like, oh, no, they took the ray home with them, so they'll just turn into particles. Like, I don't think they ever told you that, but okay. Yeah, the UFO explodes, and then Criswell's back to explain the nothing that we just saw. Like, well, that was the future for you. Pretty spooky, wasn't it?
Criswell is a real asshole.
Criswell is a real asshole. Do you know who he was played by in the movie? Do you remember?
Was he Jeffrey Jones?
Yes, that's the guy from Beetlejuice.
Yeah, and Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Child molesting asshole.
You know what?
Wait, he's not child molester. He likes looking at child
allegedly.
Porn.
I think you still have to say. I don't know.
I don't have to say shit. Fuck you, Jeffrey.
You know what sucks is I always get him mixed up with fuck. The guy from like motherfucker. The guy that's really funny. He's in Better Call Saul. He plays the brother.
The guy from Spinal Tap?
Yes.
Michael McKean.
Michael McKean. I always got them mixed up when I was younger. And for the longest time, I would be like, whenever I saw Michael McKean, I'd be like, you fucking pedo piece of shit. Not that I saw him in person and stuff.
You just say it to him every time you go to the store?
Crossing my arms as he walks by. He's like, what the fuck is that guy's problem? No, but I always thought it was him. And then it might have been just right now. I might have just figured out that it was. But no, I think I figured that out before, but I forgot about it. But yeah, I forgot that he did that. What a jerk. What a jerk job mutt. Because I was about to be like, yeah, it was great to see him in that movie. And now I'm like kind of irritated. Kind of fucking broken up about it, frankly. Fucking asshole. So that's it, man. That was Lugosi's last flick.
Yep.
Dead. Ed Wood's Pride and Joy. What other facts do I have here? Contrary to popular belief, the detective who points his... Oh, did you notice that? The detective kept pointing the gun at himself. Yeah. Every time he pulled out his gun, he pointed it at himself. And people were like, oh, what? Like people made jokes like that's how shitty of an actor he is. But the truth is, the guy was like so annoyed on set that he was like, this fucking Ed Wood doesn't know what he's doing. And he was like, let's see if he notices that I point this gun at myself every scene. And Ed Wood never noticed. Or did he? And was just like, that's so funny.
That was the question.
This idiot keeps pointing the gun at himself. And what else do I have here? A video release making note of the actor's death before production began. Lists on the cassette box almost starring Bela Lugosi. On the VHS box, it would say almost starring Bela Lugosi. The same box also touted the film as being science fiction gold, which I have no problem. That's not funny.
I do not either.
That's not funny. Take that off the list of fun facts. It's not. But like seriously, like what separates this from like some of the other shitty B movies, like Them, which you know I like.
Nothing.
Well, okay, again, it's bad. But like it's not like the concept, like if you were Hollywood, you should have fucking made this.
No, again, there are elements to this that are noteworthy.
Mm-hmm. You should have made this into a fucking movie. If this were made by like anybody else, like it might go down in history as like the sci-fi movie of the 50s. You know what I mean? Like not the sci-fi movie of the 80s, but
definitely not.
Because I mean, yeah, there's probably more prestigious ones that come to mind. But
I'm trying to find the Rotten Tomato score because I remember it being surprising.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you don't look it up. I'll look it up.
All right.
You guess it.
I could. Fuck Rotten Tomatoes. Give me the IMDb score.
Okay.
I don't support Rotten Tomatoes anymore.
Is there a reason?
No, they're just confusing. They're just stupid. Because they're two different ratings. Because like
there's critic,
but the critic is just like if it's positive or negative.
Yep.
Which is like how you have to read the fucking article and then like determine it. And honestly, the best critics, I don't think they should be positive or negative reviews. Like, I think a good critic would be like, tell you why you want to see the movie. Or if, like, you know what I mean? Like, lay the movie out and be like, it's up to you if you want to see it. Like, here's what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
Because it's subjective. It's not, I don't give a fuck what some old asshole tells me a movie. Because they're all wrong. Like, I never agree with them, obviously. I mean.
All right, what do you think it has on IMDb?
5.
Ah, close.
What was it?
4.
Really?
Yeah.
That's too low.
I think that's pretty fair.
It should be like a 6.
Yeah, you're right. No, well, all right, fine.
I mean, they're out of 10. That's so hard. You've just ruined my like scoring system. That just like melted my brain. I'm just starting to kind of get a grasp of 5 stars. Although I feel like I do better with 10 stars. What do you think? You like 10 stars or 5 stars more?
It's literally the same. You just multiply it by 2.
But it's not, because there's better increments.
It's exactly the same.
No, because you could do 3.5. You could do, I mean, 3.5
It would be 7.
Huh?
It would be a 7 out of 10.
3.5.
Yes. What?
Right, is a 7 out of 10.
Right.
But what's a 3.5 out of 10?
You fucking kidding me?
What's a 1.5 out of 10?
But you wouldn't do that if you were doing it out of 10.
But if a movie was bad, I did 1.5.
Out of
That's
5.
like a quarter.
Out of 5.
What?
If a movie was bad,
Out of 5.
yeah, so that'd be a 3 out of 10. You're not gonna do a 1.5 out of 10
Why?
because that's insane. What kind of fucking rating is that? 1.5 out of 10?
Well, like a shitty movie.
Yeah, that'd be a 1 or that'd be a 1 out of 10.
But like, do I have? I'm saying there's better increments for me.
I disagree. Why can't you just use the 5
Joe
star?
is so flustered.
Why can't you just use the 5 star?
I clearly have a problem with the 5
It will give you the halves.
I mean, really, it's not. It does nothing to do with the stars. It's more
I mean, if you have a 1.5,
my daily
out of 10,
just.
it just fucking sucks. I mean, what's even the point of giving it the half star? Like, hey, this movie really sucks. I don't like it enough to be a 2 out of 10, a 20%. I just don't get it.
It's true. It's fucking true. It's damn true.
I forgot what I was doing now. I was literally in the middle of something.
You were looking up the Rotten Tomatoes score.
No, I was not. I was doing something else.
Oh, man, that's funny. Well, I'm going to end the episode. You can keep thinking on that.
Oh, wait. I know what I was going to do.
What were you going to do?
I was going to see another movie I give 6 stars to and compare it. Let's choose one randomly. Sort by your rating. Holy shit, it's taking too long. Jesus. Oh, this is a higher rating than Antichrist.
100%. Fuck Antichrist. Would you give Antichrist?
And Jerry Maguire.
Sure.
It has the same as Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yup. I'm fine with this. These are all making sense, Joe.
And Blank Check and First Kid.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
That's great. 6 stars. Check this movie out, guys. Plan 9 from Outer Space, 6 stars. Thank you so much, Katie, for allowing us to rewatch this gem. Katie Brown, the skater. I'm really glad we did not do Trailer Park of Terror.
Yeah, me too. What do we got next week?
Oh, shit. Thank you. We've got some gems. We should work in some of these other ones. We got to get some of these done. But these the next ones coming up are great. Ooh, I'm so excited. So we have Ashley Moody.
Okay.
Our homie, Tennessee. 'Cause you're the only Tennessee. You ever hear that song?
No.
It's a great song.
I don't
By the Silver Jews. It's awesome.
By who?
The Silver Jews.
That's the name of them?
That's the name of the band, yeah.
I never heard them.
Yeah, they're good. You all hate them, so don't even bother looking them up. Ashley Moody. She has now. She's picking some new stuff, throwing the new shit in our face here.
Okay.
She's chose "Don't Breathe." Did you see that?
I didn't. I would like to.
I did see it.
Let's do it.
You want to do that new?
Yeah.
That current, that modern.
All right. Well, let's hear the other choices.
Contract.
Don't like it.
Contracted, which I believe I've seen. I think it might be a Netflix special. Contracted movie. Yeah, it's on Netflix. You'll know the cover when you see it. It's this idiot's face. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's the other one. I don't know what it's about. Zombies, I guess, probably. I'm not really thrilled about that one. And then here's the one that I was kind of interested in because I've never seen it. May. It's flower behind her.
I've seen it.
You've seen the movie? Mm-hmm. Is it good?
It was all right. I want to do Don't Breathe.
You want to do Don't Breathe?
I do. I really do.
You want to do a new movie?
Sold. Yeah.
Let's fucking do it. Wait, is that the blind guy?
Yeah.
I fucking hate that movie. All right. But
yes.
Actually, I don't know if I hate it or not. It's just
this is making me want to do it even more.
This is gonna be interesting. I'm excited. People are pushing us like out of our elements. And it usually turns out better, which is so funny because like we think we know our show so well. We're like, no, we can't do that. And then we do something out of our element and we're like, well, this is like one of the best shows we've ever done. We should do more real movies. All right. So fucking Don't Breathe. It is.
Okay.
Awesome. And then, sorry. Mike Dudley, the homie, Mike Dudley. We talk to him regularly, I believe. Name dropping Mike Duds. Mike Duds. He's chosen. He's got some fucking picks here. He picked 4, which...
Let's settle down, Mike.
Take it easy, man. Jesus Christ. Spellbinder.
Okay.
Ghoulies 2, which we've still yet to do. Warlock... with fucking, what's his name? Fuck. I have to say his name because his name makes me laugh. Warlock movie. Warlock with Julian Sands. Is that his name? Julian Sands, yeah. Julian Sands. And Chud.
Oh, man.
Dude, it's so hard. I want to do all of them. I mean, we'll probably do almost all of those eventually.
Chud, dude.
I love Chud too. I think we got to do Chud.
But I was thinking we got to do Ghoulies too.
I know. That's what I'm thinking too.
Because we've done the other ones.
But maybe we save Ghoulies 2 for like Halloween or something. I don't know.
Why wouldn't we save Chud for Halloween?
Or why wouldn't we save any horror movie for is Spellbinder the one you just watched with Clint Howard?
No, that's Evil Speak.
Oh,
which
fuck.
is the greatest movie of all time.
Yeah. I'm split between Chud and Ghoulies 2 also.
What if I propose
Love puppets.
a Chud and Chud 2 double feature for Halloween?
Have we done Chud?
No.
2? No, we did Chud 2, didn't we?
No. We have not done Bud
Oh,
the
no,
Chud.
we didn't. We didn't do Bud the Chud. By the way, on an older episode, somehow Bud the Chud came up. Chud 2 came up. And I was like, oh, I think somebody picked that for Patreon. Like I just said it like off the top of my head, thinking of this pick for Chud. And without like me conversating with him, Mike Dudley like messaged me. I was like, just so you know, I didn't pick Chud 2. I picked Chud. He's like, I want to be clear. And I was like, oh, don't worry, man. Like I would have, I know.
Well, Mike, now
you're getting both. I'm cool with that. All right. Oh,
so
but
Ghoulies 2?
Yeah, Ghoulies 2.
Okay.
Man, we're cutting through our Patreon picks, so I'm pretty excited. I wish we could do some for bonus episodes, but we just never have the time. It sucks. I've wanted to get through these so bad because I'm really excited to curate our own picks again. Like genuinely, I kind of miss it. Like,
And there's nothing telling us that we can't skip a week or whatever and do our own thing.
See, I like it.
I mean, I don't mind it, but I do miss kind of curating it. There was something fun about like me being like, have you ever seen this? Like,
right.
And we haven't done it in so long. I don't even remember how we even chose things. Like, I think
it's going to be like tough.
It will be tough actually after this because everyone has chosen like amazing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we just let Patreon people pick like every week.
Forever. Yeah.
Forever. But like, not like the way we're doing it now, but just like every week, like pool, like send us your requests and we'll pick something from the list.
Yeah. I like that.
I like that too. Glad we're just like planning the show. All right, guys. So that's the end of the episode. Don't breathe. That's so weird to say out loud. We are doing a movie from 2016 or 15, one of those years.
16.
And Chud. No, and Ghoulies 2. Oh, fuck. Ghoulies 2. I'm so excited. Okay. Ghoulies 2.
Why?
I don't know.
It's going to be the biggest piece of shit.
I know, but Ghoulies 2, like, because remember we did Ghoulies 1 and we did Ghoulies 3 and we were like, 2's got to be the good one.
that logic is so poor. Like, hey, the first one and the third one sucked. So the one in between must be good. It's asinine.
Oh, God. All right, guys. SalemHorror.com live show Saturday, October 14th. We are going to be doing an hour show if Joe's there. If not, it's just going to be me babbling like a fucking moron, telling you why movies should be rated 6 stars and why you should, why 1.5 out of 10 is a reasonable rating, and why Chud 2 is going to be good, or why Ghoulies 2 is going to be good.
Wait, what did you give a 6 out of 5? Tell me the other day.
Oh, the Large Professor album.
Oh yes.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was a good rating. But I mean, still ridiculous. Still can't stick to the rules. So SalemHorror.com, you can get your tickets there. It's $20 and you get to see the podcast live. If you want to see just the podcast, which I doubt you do, it's $10. But for $20, you get that. You get 2 movies also. And it's that's just, if you buy tickets to the movies, you get to come see us for free. So that's the rule. So, and the movies are Halloween 3 with the exceptional Tom Atkins laying pipe. And then Videodrome with James Wood, doing some real fucked up shit because it's David Cronenberg, just like melting your brain. So everyone's going to be depressed leaving after that movie. It's going to be like, wow, I'm going to blow my brains out. It's disgusting. So check that out.
And then go read James Wood's Twitter feed. It'll make you feel better.
Is he an idiot?
He's insane.
And then what else do we have to promote? Oh, store.IHateHorror.com. This is in 2 weeks, so I think we'll still have shirts up. So check that out. Got our new shirts, got the things. Joe's baby's right around the corner, so fucking buy some shit. Get that baby some money. Put some cash in that baby. We'll take a picture with all the cash stuffed into its diaper. And then Joe's wife.
Take her to a strip club.
Joe's wife. Oh, I forgot it was a daughter. Oh my God, we can't do that. That's terrible. But I just meant more like a money baby. Like, oh, look at our money baby. It's got money in its and then, so do that. And then, thanks to Harley Poe. If you can support monetarily, besides the 3 other things, I was just like, buy our stuff. You can go to patreon.com/IHateHorror, and donate there. And then, I don't know where I'm at. I'm so lost. We have so many things to talk about now. Patreon.com/IHateHorror. Thanks to Harley Poe for allowing us to use the song.
You literally just said that. Adios.
Facebook.com/IHateHorror, IHateHorror.com. I'm on Twitter at IHateHorrorShow, Snapchat and Instagram at IHateHorror.
I'm at Jovi421, Boogdish 1985, and Horror Show Joe.
And that's a wrap, guys. Thank you so much again for all of your support. We really appreciate it. Thank you. It means a lot. For Joe, this is Sean. Stay weird.
Thank you.
Adios.